My role at Feelunique is all about customer experience. It might say ops, that means I do the boring bits like run the warehouse and things, but actually my drive is all around customer experience. So what are we about? We're a unique retail site concept. That wasn't me writing that, that was the marketing guys. In that we celebrate diversity of beauty. We have over 400 brands, at the moment about 470. We do 25,000 products, 30,000 at Christmas. And where we're slightly different from many other beauty retailers is we do actually try and go across all the boundaries. So we sell products that you could only get in a pharmacy, we sell products you would get in a perfumery, we sell products you get in a hair salon, or we sell products you'd only find in a beauty spa. So we actually go across all of them, and we do that by owning a beauty spa, a hair salon, a perfumery, and a pharmacy. What we do is we ship to 110 countries. Our fastest growing at the moment is China, which is driving all sorts of demand for us. And I've been told I have to say this beauty is universal. So we help get customers the right product for them. So we sell everything from something that's £2 to our most expensive face cream, which is £600. So what am I going to talk about? We're going to talk about a simple piece of software. We've used it to take ownership of our delivery proposition, to own our doorstep delivery experience, to deliver a new, better tracking portal, and to use data to respond to our customers' needs. I say it's a simple piece of software because everybody here does tracking, but we tried to do something slightly different to fit with our customer base. Why we've done this is that we wanted to work fundamentally on the last mile delivery. It's the most important thing in e-commerce. It's the one place we don't have full ownership. We use a wide range of couriers. They're all very, very different. They have an inconsistent offering, inconsistent tracking sites, and many of them are untracked. We on our website don't talk about carriers. We try to be a carrier agnostic, so we talk about delivery methods, and that makes it even worse when you send people off to carriers' websites to say to go and track your delivery. We wanted to add even more delivery solutions than we already had, which for any of my carriers in here, I apologise for that. We don't want untracked to seem an inferior solution, and especially internationally. In fact, this tool has proven that untracked isn't an inferior solution. We want to make a delivery promise and stick to it. We believe if we say we're going to deliver something to you in 7 days, we deliver it to you in 7 days, or we refund you. We say internationally, in China, we're going to deliver it to you in 10 days, we deliver it to you in 10 days, or we refund you. We do exactly what we say we're going to do, or we refund our customers. And we want to know that our packaging is good enough. Delivering to 110 countries, delivering highly fragile goods, dangerous goods, and also goods that if you damage the packaging, you ruin the experience of the product, is hugely important to us. In fact, our brands would say it's the most important thing. If you talk to any sales manager from Chanel, he will tell you that if you don't deliver his product in perfect condition, it's faulty. And that means even a little dent on the corner of a box. And overall, we wanted to make sure that our couriers themselves looked after our delivery, so at the very end mile. So we came up with a mission statement to significantly enhance our customer experience through creation of a delivery portal, to maintain our competitive advantage over our competitors within our sector, to make sure customer care can proactively monitor deliveries. In fact, as I was listening to some of the earlier sessions by Hypership, they were talking about people not being proactive with their customers. We believe we're very proactive with our customers. Offer a mobile-friendly interactive tracking service. I think that mobile first is essential in today's e-commerce. To be non-biased on any of our carriers, and to say be mobile first in everything that we do. So we partnered with a company called IT Incel, who Dan is from, who's sat in the front row now to embarrass me a little bit. We selected IT Incel versus many, many competitors traditionally in the UK for many reasons. One, they're a leading edge solutions provider. They are an IT business, not a carrier business. From my perspective, they may disagree with that, but they are IT led. In France, they're a Metapack. In the UK, they're not doing carrier labels, but they're at that scale. So they work with, I think, 70 of the top 100 French retailers. So a proven business. They offered us a connected solution with all the key players in the market, all the way through the supply chain, and have integrated fully with all of those. And we were their first UK customer, which is always nice to do something slightly different, fits with our name Unique, and we were first in the UK to do this. And it's allowed us to tailor our solution for the UK market to fit our needs, which was in particular bringing in untracked deliveries. In reality, we found somebody who shared our passion for innovation and customer excellence. Every time we talked to them about doing something better and new, they've adapted and modified their offering for us. What we do in simple terms is the same as everybody else. We have a customer journey. When somebody buys a product from us, we dispatch it mostly on the same day, some following day. We send out an email confirmation. Like anybody should do, if there's an incident along the way, a customer gets a nice little email straight away as soon as we get any notification from the carrier saying that there's been a damage to your delivery or there's been a delay in your delivery. If you use collection points, for us at the moment it's Hermes Pudos, in the UK and others internationally, you get a nice little confirmation of where your Pudo point is and with the map to go there. For every customer, oh, it says tracking, damn. You get a tracking timeline, which moves by day as you go along the delivery timeline, which for international customers includes showing it hits customs and all of the different stages of going along. And then at the end of it, you get a email saying you've had your delivery. Whether it's tracked or untracked, you get an email saying you've had your delivery and was it compliant. Previously, we certainly weren't able to offer that whole solution, and we did it through many, many websites. So, simple terms, I'm not going to go through too much for an email confirmation. An email confirmation is an email confirmation, you dispatch your order. Once we get through, as I mentioned, any single incident, any damage to your parcel, any returns, any rejections, you get a nice email telling you about that. That's the Pudo point one, showing you exactly where to collect your parcel. Our timelines showing you all the information and all the carriers' feedback. In this case, it's a French carrier, so we're seeing all of the French communication in language, and we were in multiple languages. This one had a delivery attempted and not in. I can't read that in French. I can't tell you what that says. And then upon delivery, you get a very simple email come through to you confirming either on desktop or mobile, your delivery is with you, and did it comply with your expectations? Interestingly, the uptake of people clicking on this yes or no on a mobile phone versus desktop is significantly higher. We're finding that people are clicking on this even though they've not gone home. We're finding people are ringing home going, have you got the delivery? Yes, you have, and replying on the mobile rather than responding on a desktop. We're getting about twice as many responses on mobile. What comes off the back end of all of this is a nice set of reporting for every carrier. So we now know for every carrier what feedback levels we get, if people are happy with a number of different things. So we not only get, did the delivery conform on this carrier, which we won't name, so it hasn't right up there. We got 98% of our deliveries conformed. But of those that didn't conform, people get a chance to tell us if it was damaged, if they refused it, if there's other incidents, and then they get to score their delivery. So they can tell us, are they happy with the delivery speed versus our expectation? I can tell you this one's an untracked delivery, because 4 out of 5 is definitely an untracked delivery. Are they happy with the state of the packaging when it arrived at their doorstep? And were you happy with the packaging quality, which is a slightly different measure, and we definitely do get slightly different feedback. And what's your overall satisfaction with your delivery experience from us, and how did it meet your expectations? Along with this, they get a chance to put in free text comments, and we respond to every free text comment we get, normally within 20 minutes of getting the comment within our standard opening hours. So what did we deliver out of this? A truly responsive design. It really is nice on mobile. I think it's much better on mobile than desktop. A solution tailored to the UK and international customers, so every single customer goes to the same tracking website and gets exactly the same experience. We provide it in English, French, German and Spanish, which are our 4 key markets where we have translated websites. It's an easy one-stop access web page for customers to monitor every single step of their delivery and order in real time. And it's definitely improved customer confidence, one of our key drivers of loyalty. We've seen our repeat buys increase dramatically, especially internationally. International people like to track delivery, and we do a lot of our international untracked. In the last 3 months, we've seen the average views of the site of their tracking is that the average customer visits the site 1.5 times to review where their order's at. And interestingly, for international, 3 times. So they're visiting the site 3 times. So perhaps when they first get the order confirmation, they're going to see it, but they're going at least twice more. And the feedback on how good the delivery is and whether it's been compliant is at 30%, which is an incredible amount of customer feedback we're gathering for our customer insights. What it's allowed us to do is drive a whole host of things from it. So we've managed to gather a huge amount of customer feedback so far, several 100,000 feedbacks. We've reduced delivery queries to our customer service by over 10%. We've actually reduced the customer delivery queries by over 30%, but I've done a couple of other things as well, so we can't quite attribute all of it to this, but we definitely know at least 10% of it's down to this. And to give a sense of that, 50% of all queries to our customer care department are about delivery. So knocking 10% off of those has been fantastic. We've managed to consolidate carrier performance information and benchmark our carriers against the market, so both the market in the UK and the markets internationally. Particularly important for us as we continue to grow internationally, which is comparing how we fit versus carriers within those countries. Customer care have been able to use the tool very proactively, so every single issue that comes up and every response we respond to immediately. So we're very, very responsive, very quick to deal with any queries, and that's been enabled very easily by this tool. We've made a decision to change some services in certain areas and countries, so the feedback that we get in the UK and France goes down to postcode level, and other countries is at country level, but what it's enabled us to do is look at our tracking solution, our untracked solutions, and we've actually changed some of the solutions around in some of those countries. I've abandoned untracked in 2 countries and changed different carriers in the UK for a couple of regions. Next one down, they only found out yesterday, we've actually changed our principal UK carrier off the back of the information we got for this. It is a tool, it has showed us the difference, something that Hypership were talking about earlier. We have used this tool to measure our carriers. Their reporting is not accurate to what our customers are telling us, and we made the decision from that to change our principal UK carrier. I'm not going to tell you who from who to who, but you can ask me outside of this. We've recognised in France that delivery from France to France is better than from France to the UK. Sounds like an obvious statement, but we've got carriers delivering from a French DC into France and carriers delivering from a UK DC into France. If you speak to the UK carriers, they promise me the solution is every bit as good as I'd get from a French DC. It isn't, and the French customers definitely don't think it is. So we've managed to use the information for that. We've removed, changed, added and tested new packaging solutions. I've taken 2 boxes out of our packaging that I found had higher damage rates, higher feedback scores on the packaging. We track every order down to which box is used on every order, and we've managed to track that back, and we've removed 2 boxes from our solution. One of them we found was driving probably 10% of all of our damages from 1 box to 1 country. And we've also used it to test new packaging solutions. So I've just changed one of our packaging solutions, and we managed to do a trial. We sent that out, tracked all the shipping, and checked that all the packaging feedback was higher. So packaging, I find within our business, is one of the most emotive subjects, which is, is a box good? Does it do its job? Is it pretty? Do customers like it? Well, I can tell people for a fact now which boxes people do like, don't like, and whether it does do the job or not. And the same with carriers. The carrier that we're just leaving, some people in our business felt very strongly weren't very good. I've been very protective of them, and their figures when we first turned the solution on were very good. Their figures are very bad now, and as a result, I've agreed with those who pushed me to move, and we're going to move. It's certainly increased our repurchase levels. Internationally, we're seeing our repurchase levels increase by 50% already in 6 months, so that's fantastic. Their confidence has grown tremendously from having a TRACK solution. And it's improved our service ratings with FIFO and Trustpilot because people have already responded to packaging issues or delivery issues, so actually our service scores on those areas have gone up as well, which is just a nice side benefit. To explain, I didn't explain fully how we use this for untracked. So what we do for all of our untracked deliveries is we've gone and looked at every single country that we deliver to, all 110 of them, and we've tracked out what a typical delivery looks like. So what we did was we looked at what day it dispatched from us, what day it went into the UK hub, what day it left the UK hub, what day it going to the international hub, what day it likely hit customs, how long it typically stayed in customs, and when you're likely to get a delivery. And we've mapped all of them out on our tracking solution. And what we've found is, having done that, in particular, it's the queries from international customers that have dropped off. Because previously we shipped out goods and said it'll be with you in 10 to 14 days. 2 days later, they're ringing the saying, where is it? Now they're looking at it, they're seeing it's in the hub, they're seeing it's working along its own time trail, and that's certainly taken them away from chasing us up so much. The future for us is to do a lot more. We're putting up a customer dashboard to review customer delivery times by region and country. What we're actually going to publish on our website is, through all of the feedback, we're going to put up a page for every single country by each service type, stating what our quickest time is, our slowest time is, and our average time. On the untracked solution, we ask every consumer to actually put in the date of their delivery. So when they get it, we're seeing what day actually arrived on their doorstep. So what we're going to do is, for every country in the world, we're going to say exactly what our carriers do. It's all very well saying we deliver in some countries 5 to 15 days. People want to know when it's actually going to arrive and when it generally arrives. So we're taking the statistics, the fantastic statistics we're getting. We're going to go, the quickest delivery was in 3 days, the slowest delivery was in 20 days, 95% of them were within our promise, and here is the most common day, and we're convinced that will drive a lot more confidence from our international customer base. We're going to translate in Chinese, vital for us. I'm looking over at Diane to just highlight that we desperately need that. We're growing at 800% in China at the moment. It's a crazy, crazy market. And yesterday represented 35% of our sales. So critical for us that we translate into Chinese. Very difficult to do. Their language is a little more complicated, especially in tracking feedback. It doesn't always translate quite as easy as I'd like. And we're going to put personalised timelines up for customers, so always to represent what carrier solution they get. They don't choose a carrier, as I mentioned. They choose a service proposition. We're going to make sure they get very individualistic timelines for them and their parts of countries, rather than a standard generic one for just their country. And quite a lot more. I'm going to say it's still top secret. IT and Cell are quite good at developing stuff, and we constantly ask them to do things, hence coming up with a track solution for an untracked business. I'm nearly wrapped up, which is probably far too quick, but I will just play a little video because everybody else plays videos. So, no, I've got one more before the video. Got lots of news from it. We've been in the press. We're up for a couple of awards for this solution, believe it or not. And it has, really garnered a lot of interest and an incredible amount of popular feedback from our consumers as well. If I put the blogger feedback of how positive it was, and we're in a huge blogger market, I'd fill 50, 100 PowerPoints of how much positive feedback we got from our consumers. And I will just play you a little video, I hope. So Feelunique is the leading European and international online premium beauty retailer. We've been established since 2005. We sell products now to 110 countries and dispatch around about 2 million parcels a year. We sell currently around about 400 brands. Feelunique, we want to offer a premium online experience similar to that you'd receive in a store. So one of the primary goals I looked at when I joined Feelunique was, how can we bring the same experience of a luxury brand? One of our challenges in that is how to make packaging nice and to make packaging secure to ensure there's no damages. And one of the reasons why we chose IT and Cell was we got 2 good feedbacks on packaging. One was, what was the quality of the packaging once it was received? Was it in good condition? But secondly, was the actual packaging experience a good one, and did consumers think our packaging was of high quality? One of the new things that we launched with BTrust, which was in fact even new to IT and Cell, was we launched a capability to track untracked deliveries. This has not only allowed us to understand our untracked service much better, but very shortly it's going to allow us to play back to our consumers actual data provided by consumers on the real speed of untracked deliveries. Within BTrust, we've been able to gather a lot of information. What we've managed to see is that 58% of our customers have visited the tracking pages, which is fantastic. And we've also seen that in the feedback stakes, we're getting up to 30% feedback from our consumers. That's a higher feedback rate than you get from any traditional feedback engine. The likes of a FIFO or a Trustpilot are normally only around 10%.
Meaning that customers can tell us immediately if they've received their package or if they haven't received their package, and also whether they've received a damaged product or it was received later than what they expected. And we see that straight away in the system. We can proactively pick that up and contact the customer and deal with that inquiry straight away, which we were never able to do before. So using IT in sale has enabled us to be a lot more proactive than we have been able to be previously.
Working with IT in sale has been a real pleasure. We've managed to work together to provide information and launch a tool into the UK that has not only enabled us to gain much clearer information on how our carriers work and what our consumers think, but enabled us to work towards delivering the perfect customer experience.
And that's it from me. So just over to you.